What's going on, y'all? I'm down south of 77. Welcome back to 3-Star Draw, the best toy tube channel in Middle Tennessee. Probably the only toy tube channel in Middle Tennessee. I don't know. I haven't met anybody else yet. If you're a toy tube channel in Middle Tennessee, have your people call my people. Let's do something. This is an adult collector channel where we like to talk G.I. Joe, mainly classified, and sometimes we'll take a look at some other stuff that I like as well. And I'm going to show you guys today what Hasbro has sent me in the most recent Hasbro shipping lottery. I got in number 152, the Covert Light Aerial Weapon, also known as the Cobra C.L.A.W. We've been waiting on this thing forever. I thought they forgot about it. They forgot about the modular fortification, but that sucker ain't even on the website anymore. But the claw it's just sold out for now. Let's hope it comes back. What's going on with their shipping over there, I don't know. Not going to go into a big diatribe here about it, but like I got friends that got the snake armor today. I got the claw. I haven't even been charged for my snake armor, so I don't know what's going on over there. They're just in an office somewhere, sipping martinis, throwing a dart at a bunch of stuff on the wall for what they want to ship when. I don't know. It's a mess. I'm happy to get the claw. It's a cool vehicle. We like our lower price point vehicles with figures, and this one does come with the pilot. They didn't even give her a name. She's just Pilot. So you know what? Now she's Pilot Viper. I got the Stinger. It come with the driver. You know who he is? Driver Viper. I've been excited to get this thing. I love the claw. It's a neat little vehicle. I only got the one. I only ordered one because I didn't have anywhere to put this one. That's a problem for tomorrow. Today's problem, getting this thing out and taking a look at it. Take us a look at the box real quick. So you got your claw assault on G.I. Joe headquarters back here with 3 claws, and you got a rattler back here, rattler down here. Man, how I would love to be able to recreate that scene tonight. And up here looks like you got snake eyes on top of this claw. I think that's snake eyes. I think that's what was determined. But there's your box. You got your 152 over here on the side with the QR code. Your attributes that there's still no highly accessible legend for that I know of. Back here you got your standard view on the box. Couple of close-ups on how some of the stuff snaps together, it looks like. Your graphics, her wrist gauntlet, 5'9", so she's kind of tall. I like this nice looking picture here, and she is of course on the underside of a claw with the Uzi. Oh, still like that Uzi. That's just a sweet picture. I like this artwork that they do on these. And then, of course, you got your number 152 in the line. All right. Opening up our box here. Interesting, back to the Foot Locker, it looks like. Do this without hopefully making too much noise, so tray with her comes out separately, and there we go. So that's how everything's packed in there. I'm gonna drop this camera down a little bit and get it out. No small feat getting this thing out of the box, let me tell you. You're gonna need some angled snips because they brought back our old friends, the plastic ties, and you're gonna want a knife or a X-Acto or something or another. And they also brought back everybody's favorite crinkly paper. So that is everything that is in the Foot Locker. Is 2 bags, one for her, one for the claw accessories. All right, before we put everything together, let's just take a look at it. This is a nice layout, I guess, this top-down view that I'm kind of experimenting with a little bit. Be good for this to get it all in the frame. So let's check this thing out. You got your 23Z over here, your Cobra over here. Do have some fins up on top. Got your Cobra emblem on one side and your claw on the other. Claw just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Cobra claw. I always loved how that sounded, even though Cobras don't have claws. It sounds good together, doesn't it? Couple of jet engines back here. These do not spin, though it would be a lot cooler if they did. So, red almost looks like it's got Corvette tail lights. I'm digging that. And this up here kind of reminds me of like the brake lights on Scrap Iron's drone. Back here you got this nice vent system, this heat escape system. All this is a nice gunmetal. It's not even gunmetal. It's gray. I mean, it's the gray you want out of the Fang. Got these silver dills up here. I'm not even sure what these things would be. A couple more fins up here. These are on a bar where they articulate together. Look at it from this side. Some silver here. I'm guessing this could possibly be a light. Maybe that's what that's supposed to be. This is more of like almost like a gold or something kind of color. And then these are definitely silver here. You do have a couple of weapons here up on top that turn. You got one that's fixed, and then you got one that will angle upward, and that's about what you get out of that. That's probably what, 45 maybe, and this will rotate that far either way. And you got a little hose over here, kind of nice connector here. It's got a little bit of sculpting on it, kind of looks like a downspout for your drain. I don't know. That's about all there is to it on the front before we snap stuff on. You flip it over. You got your danger for the jets here. You got some intake right here in this nice black. Doesn't look like there's any silver in there. I'll look off camera just a minute. I think that's just all a black vent mesh. Handlebars here. These do move. Some darker gray plastic. They don't go in or out. So they just go kind of up and down. So you can't go that way with them. Whew. Man, I did not like that. Well, I thought I screwed up there for a minute. You do have your wheels. These are going to fold in on the ends, and they're on ball joints, as you can see. Don't swivel. Oh, I'll take that back. They do swivel. Okay, they do swivel. Interesting. I like that. It's going to be, I guess you could have them like they're loading this thing and moving it around this way. Let's look at the wheels. Just looks like a cart wheel, you know, like a mining cart or something like that. And then you do have these guide wheels in the front, and these also will articulate. They're on ball joints as well, as you can see in there. And there's even some sculpting inside these compartments where the wheels will fold up. It's all a gray. It's a little bit darker color gray, but you can see in there's some sculpted in, probably hydraulics and whatnot. I like that you can fold all these up and kind of turn them so they lay flat. They don't really pop in there. There's no, they don't click in there, anything like that. They just kind of lay in there. So you do have a harness. This is going to unsnap right here. Cobra emblem on there. Not a lot to it. You can see how it's sculpted in. It's got a couple patches on there. It's got a cinch strap sculpted in on each side. About what you'd expect out of it, I think. And then your tail fins are fixed, so don't get that. But it does come with the stand. As we saw, all of this should stand up and balance with her on it. We'll check that out here in a little bit. So on your ends, you do have these end pieces. Same kind of gold color here on the edge that is on the this, so maybe I guess this is a light. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but this is the same color. And then you do have your beacon light over here, and this is just going to snap on. That will fold up. And then you got one for the other side as well. And you do have your red over here, you have your green over here. And these just fold up on the edge, and then you have these that go on the back, flaps that will fold up. And these are I guess, directional flaps. So I do like that they kept the paneling. You can see the sculpt work in it, so it looks like all of this is kind of overlaid panel, got some rivets in there, and then this is just black on the edges. Maybe that's stealth. Maybe it goes into stealth mode. That just snaps on there like so, so you can fold all this up. No big major surprises there or anything. Goes together pretty easy. The plastic on it does feel good. Don't feel any kind of, what's that? That is apparently a pretzel hair. He's not even supposed to be in this room. That's crazy. I don't even know how that got in there. Dog hair in there. And I sweep this room all the time, man. But that's what happens when you have dogs. So there's no way this thing's standing up just like this. You're going to have to have it. You're going to have her balanced on it, on the stand. Because these do not move. They don't go anywhere. They're fixed here. So overall, I mean, there's nothing about it that screams super fancy, you know, like, I mean, it's a $55 price point toy, but it does look good. I wish the rivets and things in it stood out just a little bit more than they do. I know that's kind of a nitpick. It looks plain to me, but I mean, they're not gonna put a whole lot of money in this. I put those on backwards, didn't I? I put that one on backwards. Good Lord. And pay attention to what I'm doing here. That looked awful weird. This thing's just gonna go twirling down and blow up. All right, let's throw some missiles on there. I almost called them bombs, but these are clearly missiles. Just your standard dog bone. Go on there and get it armed up, and of course you can flip that up with the missiles on it. And you do get a couple of blast effects with it, so it's a nice inclusion. I always like to see blast effects, even if we're kind of getting a little tired of the same ones. I do like that they're doing blast effects, and these are just going to port into the jets, perhaps. They're supposed to. So there we go. Zooming around there, looking like a Naboo starship. Oh no, audio bombs or whatever. What was it? Percussion bombs. So let's see if it will get them all the same way there. And it does roll pretty well. No problem with the wheels there. So there's our claw. Let's check out our Pilot Viper. Look at everything she comes with first. You do get a couple of head sculpts with her. You get 3 different head sculpts with her, actually. Do have this pistol. We get to see this old boy again here. And it does have the suppressor that fits on the end. Now this is one of the better pistols that they've done. It's your extended mag. Nothing new to see here, folks. But she does come with it. Does have a holster for it. Now I do like that they gave her an Uzi. This kind of makes sense for this figure piloting this thing. I love this Uzi. I wouldn't. I know some people are kind of tired of it, but I absolutely love this more traditional Israeli style Uzi. This is the one. If they're going to throw in an Uzi, this is the Uzi they need to throw in. And then the one that kind of doesn't make sense for this figure is the most awesome weapon, one of the best weapons in the line, is she does have the drum semi-auto shotgun that come with the Hiss gunner. I love this weapon, man, and it looks really good here. Matches the claw. Got the white stock and then the white on the side of it here. So that's the I guess the ceramic. What is it? Creolite, Creo something. The coating that they will put on stuff, perhaps. It looks a little weird. Like, I mean, paint's not sloppy or anything. It just kind of looks strange. But I like it. I mean, I always say I wish they'd put some paint on the weapons. So she does come with this, which does seem like a kind of strange inclusion, given a weapon that takes both hands to hold, much less shoot, to the pilot of a vehicle that takes both hands to pilot the vehicle and know where to put it. But maybe I'm reading too much into this. We do have this head. Looks like it's actually a different head than what came with the Valkyries because it has the goggles. The mask part is different, so I did grab one of my Valkyries. No, I guess it is the same. I don't know, the Valkyrie head looks, the goggles look thinner there, right at the bridge of the nose. So they had to have done something to alter this, or maybe that's just the paint. I guess looking at it, maybe that's just the paint on the Valkyrie head. I guess it is the same head, but it looks like there's kind of a missed paint app on the red on the Valkyrie head. So anyway, this is the same head. So now that we've got that mystery solved, we do have a black and a white head with this figure. Looks good. I don't really see any screwy paint. Nice silver on the mask here. Sets it off pretty well. Got the red, and then of course up here you got the black mesh on the balaclava going down the center. Looks good. And then of course you do have the helmet, and this is an officer helmet, so maybe you've got to be a Valkyrie officer to get promoted to pilot Viper status. Red, which is weird because the only other red on the whole thing is her mask and the Cobra symbol and the light, and I guess the jet danger stuff. So I don't know, the red was a weird choice, but it does really distinguish it from anything else. So do have the black face sculpt on her. That one looks good too. I don't see any kind of paint issues or anything with it. Same head, just the black skin tone. And of course she's all suited up, so they didn't have to do any different hands. Now I love this female body. This figure is a lot smoother in the torso than the Valkyrie is. Some of the Valkyries are a little bit loose. You got this cut up here, but I've got a couple of them that are just a little bit loose in the torso. I got like, I don't know, 6 Valkyries, I think. Looks to be the same. Take that back. That is different. It's a different upper. I thought it was the same, but it is not a straight up repaint of the Valkyrie as far as the body anyway. So the Valkyrie's got this mesh here, and she does not have that. Arms are different, and does look like the same legs and boots there, but it is definitely different arms. Interesting. And different web gear. She's got this one, has a radio here going up into the shoulder. This communication, like the wire here wrapped in. Maybe that's a mic or something. She's got some mag pouches here, pouch up here, pouch for the radio. Nothing in the back, but I like this harness. It's got some neat design in it. Got a little sculpting. You can see the stitching going around in it. So no complaints. The figure looks good. The waist piece is different. The butt. She got a different butt. She got a smaller butt. But the legs, same legs, but the waist piece there, you can see the difference. So she got another buckle on underneath here, which is a different belt on the waist piece. So there are some differences. I thought this was going to be a straight up Valkyrie repaint, but it's not. Let's check her articulation. T-pose, pretty good. Butterflies. That's the ball joint there. That's flexing that. The butterfly is not really doing a whole lot here. That's all flex in the ball joint at the shoulder. So does have your standard articulation, moves pretty good, no issues there. I do like her gauntlet. And is that the same gauntlet? That does appear to be the same gauntlet. It's got different graphics on it though. This one's like a digitized map. You can see that, like a topo map, a topography map. Do a pretty good Jean-Claude Van Damme there and hold it. Hey, she been working out. Drop down hips. No issues with that knee or that knee. The right one's actually just a little bit, it's a little loose. I don't think it's going to be like an issue. It's not flopping around or anything, but see how she stands. She does stand pretty good. There she did. Get that ankle little pivoted inward. It would help if I put that in front of the camera, wouldn't it? Still working with the new angle, folks. All right, let's throw her helmet on, see what she looks like. See if it stays on, most importantly, because it falls off the Valkyries. That one's staying on pretty well until I hit the back of it. All by itself, it stayed on pretty good. Let's check out this other head with the goggles. I like that one. I think that's going to be my look. Yeah, that's going to be the look right there. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat that head on these figures right there. I like the mask and everything. So does she have? She doesn't have anywhere to put the holster or the suppressor on that web gear. And it does have her thigh cut up here. Forgot to show the thigh cut. So there's nowhere to put the suppressor that I see. So the whole thing is going to have to go in. That's weird, but I mean, it goes in there. That's how it's going to have to be, folks. Let's hope that suppressor stays on, because it's kind of wobbly there. I'm going to take it off for now, but see if that's going to fall right out. Yeah, I don't trust that, so we're going to set that over here for just a minute. Let's check her out with the shotgun. Handle for that thing is massive. Kind of a really flexible plastic on these hands. I've been saying it on a lot of these figures that have been coming out. The hands are super, super pliable, which is better than harder plastic because you get those stress fractures in it. So she can't even really get her finger, barely get her finger on that trigger right there. I mean, it's just barely hanging on. Let's see if we can get our drum mag back in here. Maybe. I had the thing in perfectly before. There we go. And you can get the Hiss gunner into a firing pose with this one. So not too bad. It's there. It works. So boy, that looks slick. Just her with that. Throw that on there. Yeah. I dig it. So let's check her out with the Uzi real quick. And different trigger guard on this, so not really any problem getting finger on the trigger with the Uzi. So that's a good look right there. Like, it's just the right size. And if you want, you can have her hold the bottom of the magazine, or you can probably get her to where she can grip underneath. It will get there. I don't know if I want to waste a bunch of time doing it on camera, but you can see you don't have to bend the thumb. She will be able to hold that in a firing pose. So, good deal. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if we can get her in this harness, because these harnesses are always kind of hit or miss. So this one doesn't have a snap. So you actually use the cinch straps here. That's interesting. I thought this was going to unsnap. These are actual cinch straps. So let's see if we can get her in it without undoing it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So let's not even bother wasting time trying to do that. Hopefully I can get this thing back on here relatively easily. I can barely see it, like through my glasses. Like I can't see anything up close anymore. Getting old sucks, folks. So let's get her cinched down. So nothing really you can't tuck those in or anything there. They just kind of cover up her Cobra emblem, but they do hold her in. Like, she ain't going anywhere. So this will be the fun part. If there's going to be a part of this that's going to be a pain in the ass, it's going to be right here, getting her hands on the grips, and not really any problems. They're just, I was worried about them being 45'd out, not being able to fold in or out, but only going forward and backward. And they're spaced just like they need to be, I think. What do you guys think? No, taking a second for my camera to focus in. Still working out the kinks on the top-down view. So I did notice that the blast effects kind of popped out. They don't go in there great. It's almost like the peg for the effects needed to be just a little bit longer than it is. I noticed when I was rolling it around, they fell out. So let's see about standing this thing up, because this is what I was curious about. She does come with the stand that I can't seem to get picked up. So trying to get her boots down on the pegs here. Probably be the easiest to lay it down and do it this way than try to do it standing up. Voila. What if she's flying around with the stand? Maybe that's what these are for, to compensate with that. So you can get her to do this on your shelf. I know our rattlers, so I've heard anyway, the wings fold up on them. Of course, they fold up here on these. You're not going to get, you're not going to gain you much shelf room, maybe the space of one figure. But I do feel like you can probably put this anywhere on the shelf without it's not falling over. Raptor is way more in danger of falling over than she is with the stand. And then backwards wise, the little fins here, they kind of fit right on the back of the stand here. Try to get that turned where you can see it. They kind of hit the back of the stand and it counterbalances it. So it actually works out pretty well. And I guess you could probably, yeah, look at that, get it bent forward like she's getting ready to take off. I like that. That's pretty cool. Now I'm not as confident about that not falling over, but you know, it's not bad. I was way more worried about the balance on this thing than what I need to be. So you get her on there and get her legs just right, and this will actually help hold it up just like they showed us in the video. Overall, this is a pretty good set. I'm digging this set. I think it's worth the price point. It was worth 55 bucks. Let's get her down here and get all of her extra stuff in view here. I did not put the other head on, the Caucasian head, because I mean, really, do you need to see that one on? It's gonna look the same, only you know, white. So I dig both of them. They all look good. It's a good set. Now here's where I take one more opportunity to show off my custom Cobra Claw that was done by Berserker's Brush. You can find him on Instagram. I did a video on this one a while back. This is one that he made for me out of a Fortnite glider. And this has been my claw stand-in on the stand over there until we got this one in. So this one's still going to stay over there in the collection because it looks so good. Can you imagine if they had battle damage stickers that you could put on this? But I did want to show that one off because there's a lot of time that went into making this one, and I appreciate this one more than the Hasbro one. So, but this was my claw, and now this is my other claw. So if you guys want some custom painted stuff, holler at my buddy Berserker's Brush, and he can also whip you up a battle damaged claw. And the other thing that I wanted to do was give you guys an idea size wise on how this is going to fit on your shelf. So wingtip to wingtip, it's about 14.5 inches. So you get an idea of what you need to make room for in your display for one or however many of these you bought, but it is not small on the width scale. And I guess I should also point out that you can use the wheels to set it at an angle. So if you want to use it for pictures or whatever, like it's parked, it will set like that at like a 45, and you just roll it on. So there you have it. There is your Pilot Viper and your Cobra Claw. Also, these wings will fold down because they're on just a straight up swivel like that on the C-clamp. So you can actually angle them down if you want to do that and have it swooping in for attack. This is a really good set. Got to give this some kind of a rating here. Usually do that here at the end. I'm going to throw some pictures in at the end. Pick this up. This is a 4.5 all day long. It's a 4.5 yeehaws. This is a really good set. It's a good figure. It's a good vehicle. Nothing not to like. A couple of nitpicks. You know, I wish the paint was a little more detailed, and the helmet, actually, it seems like it's a little bit different plastic the more I've messed with it than the Valkyrie helmet does. It's not quite as pliable. Feels like it's a little bit of a harder type plastic. So if you mess around with it, especially if you bump the back of it, it will fall off. And then that pistol not staying in the holster very well and not having a place for that suppressor. That's my only gripes. The good by far outweighs the bad. So 4.5 yeehaws for Pilot Viper and the Cobra Claw. So appreciate you guys sticking in, watching this thing. I know it's been a long review. That's just the way that we do it over here, and I like to wave stuff around if you couldn't tell. Hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. We got some more classified stuff coming. We're at Hasbro's mercy. So I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.